I Capture the Castle, Dodie Smith. 1. Read this text about the author Dodie Smith and complete the fact file about her. Fact file, born 1896, died 1990, nationality, English, England writer. Most famous work, The 101 Dalmatians. Most highly acclaimed work, I Capture the Castle. Spouse, Alec Beasley. Most famous admirer, J.K. Rowling. Number 2, read 2 definitions of the word capture. Question, how does Dodie Smith use these definitions to create a play on words in the title, I Capture the Castle? Answer, the title uses both meanings of capture. 1, to take possession of a place. 2, to represent or describe something vividly. Cassandra does not literally conquer the castle. Instead, she captures it through her writing by describing its atmosphere, emotions, and life inside it. Number 3. Read the extract from the beginning of the novel. Question, which meaning of capture does the title convey? Answer, the second meaning in representing a feeling or atmosphere. Cassandra captures the mood and life of the castle through her narration. Number 4. Find these words in the extract. What do they refer to? What do they have in common? Words, depressing, drips, plopping, drear, dank, boggy, leaden, drained, crumbling. Answer, they refer to the weather, the castle, the garden, the surroundings. What do they have in common? They all create a gloomy, dark, wet, cold, and miserable atmosphere. Now 5. Find words in the extract with these meanings. 1. Rise, rush forwards. Surge. 2. Burns, singes, scorches. 3. Attractive, pretty, fetching. 4. Resentful, bitter. 5. Awkward, difficult, unreasonable. Number 6. Read the extract again and decide if these statements are true, T, or false, F. 1. There is no electric light in the castle. 2. Cassandra finds a change of scene helpful when writing. T. 3. Although there has been a lot of rain, there are visible signs of spring in the garden. F. Rose and Cassandra have plenty of clothes. F5. The castle is in very bad condition. 6. Cassandra is writing a diary. T. Contrast. Textocontrast is a literary device used by authors to describe the differences between or more opposing ideas, situations, or characters. Example, unfortunately, the more my mind's eye sees green and gold, the more drained of all colour does the twilight seem. Here, the contrast is between the imagined spring colours, green and gold, with the reality outside, drained of all colour. Find 5 more examples in the extract. 8. Discuss what effect this use of contrast has on the reader. The contrast between the imagined spring colours and the reality outside, drained of all colour, makes the world outside the house seem more bare and empty. It also demonstrates the power of Cassandra's imagination. What do you think? Questions 1. What have you learned about Cassandra and Rose from this extract? 2. Who do you like better? Why? 3. Why is it ironic that their home is a castle? 4. Would you like to read the rest of the novel or watch the film? Project. Instruction. Write a description of a house and the people who live in it. It could be your own home, someone else's, or an imaginary one. Include information on what type of house it is, the condition of the house, the garden, the time of year, who lives there, what they are doing, how they feel at the time of writing. Final instruction. Use contrast to add humour and irony to your description. Try and use a variety of interesting adjectives.
Page 24. Exercise 1. Dodie Smith. Dodie Smith was born in 1896 and brought up in Manchester and London. Although I Capture the Castle is considered to be her greatest work, She is best known as the author of The 101 Dalmatians, which was later made into a Disney film. Dodie's career had not always been plain sailing. She had tried to make a living as an actress, having gone to drama school in 1914, but hadn't succeeded, and by 1923 she was working in a furniture shop in London, first as a sales assistant and later as a toy buyer. Then, in 1931, she wrote a play called Autumn Crocus, which became a hit. This was the beginning of her long and successful writing career. During the 1940s, Dodie and her husband, Alec Beasley, lived in America. Alec was a pacifist and conscientious objector, and when World War II broke out, they decided not to return to England. However, even though she became a successful Hollywood screenwriter, Dodie was terribly homesick. It was this nostalgia for home that inspired her to write I Capture the Castle, a novel set in England during the 1930s, in complete contrast to the bright world of Hollywood where she was living at the time. This was her first novel, and written with tremendous care, but it was worth it. I Capture the Castle was an immediate success when it was published in 1948 and is still popular today. Not only is it listed number 82 in the BBC UK Top 100 Best Loved Novels, it is also one of J.K. Rowling's favourite books. Dodie and Alec returned to England in 1953, where she continued to write until shortly before her death in 1990.
Page 20. Pages 24 and 25. Exercise 3.
I Capture the Castle. I write this sitting in the kitchen sink. That is, my feet are in it. The rest of me is on the draining board, which I have padded with our dog's blanket and the tea cosy. I can't say that I am really comfortable, and there is a depressing smell of carbolic soap. But this is the only part of the kitchen where there is any daylight left. And I have found that sitting in a place where you have never sat before can be inspiring. I wrote my very best poem while sitting on the hen house, though even that isn't a very good poem. I have decided my poetry is so bad that I mustn't write any more of it. Drips from the roof are plopping into the water butt by the back door. The view through the windows above the sink is excessively drear. Beyond the dank garden in the courtyard are the ruined walls on the edge of the moat. Beyond the moat, the boggy ploughed fields stretch to the leaden sky. I tell myself that all the rain we have had lately is good for nature, and that at any moment spring will surge on us. I try to see leaves on the trees and the courtyard filled with sunlight. Unfortunately, the more my mind's eye sees green and gold, the more drained of all colour does the twilight seem. It is comforting to look away from the windows and towards the kitchen fire, near which my sister Rose is ironing, though she obviously can't see properly, and it will be a pity if she scorches her only nightgown. I have two, but one is minus its behind. Rose looks particularly fetching by firelight because she is a pinkish person. Her skin has a pink glow and her hair is pinkish gold, very light and feathery. Although I am rather used to her, I know she is a beauty. She is nearly 21 and very bitter with life. I am 17, look younger, feel older. I am no beauty, but have a neatish face. I have just remarked to Rose that our situation is really rather romantic. 2 girls in this strange and lonely house. She replied that she saw nothing romantic about being shut up in a crumbling ruin surrounded by a sea of mud. I must admit that our home is an unreasonable place to live in, yet I love it.